Welcome in. This is a different reading. Hope you're ready. You say you're all these things. You say you're a healer. You say you are a divine feminine, divine masculine. You say you're a mystic. You say that you own this title, and there is a grip on this title that you're not letting loose. But you're not seeing something. With the Ace of Swords reverse, you're not seeing something. A test is a brew. The Divine wants you to think of this test as being a little bit playful, as excitement. Get excited. Get to studying. But there's a test coming up to see if you have what it takes to get to this next level. With the Ace of Swords being in reverse, I don't think that you see this happening. And I feel like this is something that might take you off your feet, or it might lead you down a path that you're unexpecting. Like it's a very chaotic, it's like you randomly do this and now it takes you down a different path, but this test is really going to see if you have the wonder, the ability to stand up and go down this new path with this new energy. But the cosmos are looking at you, and they're telling it to me in a very funny way, so I'm playing this character for them, because I know they would want to have it said this way. But they reviewed your resume, and it fit the criteria of what they were wanting, and what you were asking. They can definitely apply, those benefits for you. But there's a need. You got the job. The Tower reverse. The Divine wants you to know that you have the job, but the final test is the first day of the job, Like, you can pass all the tests, but the actual test is really going to that next level. Yeah, you graduated, but the actual test is the first day of the next grade that you're going to. You know what I mean? So you graduated, you're going to this next level. But there's something that the Divine needs you to be aware of that is very impure, and it could be impure thoughts about something that you have to do, or not seeing a clear way out, not seeing a clear solution. This could be due to multitasking or a personal belief system. But there's something that needs to be looked at and investigated for you to be able to move forward. The only card in the upright is the Page of Wands, and you need to have childlike wonder for this. This is the test. Can you be happy? And that sounds weird to say. You might be happy, you might be struggling with being happy, you know what I mean? But it's this energy of, can you get that childlike wonder there? It's not gone. Stop saying it's gone. It's there. It's always there. You know this. Everything that you say is like, oh, all time is happening at once. Yes, so you can be happy now. That doesn't mean to fake being happy until you're happy. That means to find what's making you not happy and transmute it. And if you can't transmute what's making you not happy, transmute how you're feeling about it. Because you can't keep trying to push a wall that's not going to budge. You then need to find a new way to get around this wall, And the Divine's trying to show you this by throwing this final towards you. It's an excitement. It's where you're going to finally show your skills. And it might be a sense of fear of, oh, I know some people might not, it might be in a group of people. Yeah, with the Five of Swords, this might even, around a group of people, and they don't agree with what you do, but you need to stand out and do what you do anyway. This could also be getting rid of thoughts of oh, someone doesn't care about this, or I sound crazy, or these things of that nature. You need to get rid of that, because the Divine has dropped new seeds into you, and these new seeds are attracting the nutrients that it needs. They're photosynthesizing the energy that they need to be able to produce the things inside of you, completing the cycle. But there's something that needs to be tweaked about how you're thinking or feeling. there's this energy of, oh, I would love to learn how to do this, and then you just stick with that thought and don't write it out. There's a need to ride this energy that you put out with the Four of Swords reverse. You need to stop resting on these new ideas. When the divine says to drop something, that doesn't mean to drop everything and then not do anything. That means to stop doing one thing. Sorry, I just noticed something that's cool. Anyway, um um anyway, you need to not do that. You need to stop hyper focusing on the one thing that's hyper focusing. The one thing that brought you to the reading in the first place is what the divine needs you to stop doing. Now it's time to start connecting yourself. And what I noticed is the Florida water background is the same as that on mine. I didn't realize it was the same as the High Priestess card. I need to look into that. That's cool. But anyway, there's a need to listen to your higher self at this time, because there's a lot of things that you're missing out on that you're almost in regret for, that you are thinking about doing rather than doing, and you're able to do the things. It's just the energy isn't matching, the vibration isn't matching. There's something that's not clicking with the Wheel of Fortune being in reverse and the Five of Pentacles, because there's some sort of like, your thoughts take this train and they run off with it, and that doesn't need to be a thing anymore. Your thoughts can't be running these random trains, um and trying to tell you what you need to do whenever you already know what you need to do, because the divine's already put it on you. You know what I mean? There's a need to, again, take action spiritually, take action with the divine. Um don't stay stagnant thinking of what you need to do to please or the divine, or what you need to do to cause the next thing to happen. What you need to think about is how you're going to use this energy when you get it. Or and you know, some of you that already have matched the vibration for this energy that you have, how are you using it? Be very cautious of it. Be aware. If you're using it for something it's not supposed to be used for, be aware of it. Even if it makes you feel weird for doing it, just still be aware of it. Because there's something about doing things without any sort of care, without any sort of nourishment, that's making it come and become this cycle of being okay to do something, even though you know it's not supposed to be done. And you're like, yeah, I know I shouldn't be doing this. I've been given the keys to do these things, but I shouldn't really be doing this. But I'm gonna do it anyway. But you don't sit and think and be like, yeah, but what, why don't I need to do this? What have I told myself in the past that relates to this, to why I shouldn't do it? Instead of just being like, yeah, I'll just not do it next time. That's what the divine needs you to look at. Really draw this up. Really look at that. Look at what you just nonchalantly push off because it's not a big deal. Because those things are now becoming the next big deal for you to work from, because it's keeping you from working, and it's keeping you on a low flame energy. It's keeping you overworking. It's keeping you working to the point to where like you burn yourself out. You become steamed. So be very careful of this as well, because this test is going to test you on all quarters, and it's going to need you to really wait. There's something about you. There's like a bunch of options. This could literally just be like a lot of things that you want to have happening at once. Not at once, but very close in time. And the divine needs you to not choose an option. Don't allow your thoughts to be like, oh, we could do all these other things because these things are coming in now too, so let's abandon this path and do this. No, don't do that. Choose the one path that you chose, despite what everyone else is doing or what other people want from you or would like from you, because that's not aligning with what you need to do. There's the need to nurture what the divine has given you, especially with these wands. This pyre that the divine has given you needs to be nurtured by you, and not nurtured by what the external's doing or what it would look like externally, or you know what I mean, like really sticking to it. And this is where the divine's kind of like seeing if you are capable of living that, not that split life, but that life of where you are this mystical being, you are this alien, you are this divine being, however you want to classify yourself, or just a really nice person, you know? But you are that degree of vibration, hanging around people that aren't of that vibration, as well as people that are. And not in the sense of being not, you know, out of balance or not choosing a side, because choosing a side is a 3D thing, and get that out of here. We don't want to deal with the ego. But seeing that you can have a balance of both worlds, of having those in high places of high mysticism being friends, and then those of that don't have that. There's still some fulfillment there, and there's like a need to understand that balance that the divine's trying to test you on. I'm not going to be able to speak much more on it. I'm being pulled away from talking about it because this test is like important for you to do work on, as well as I would probably tell myself some answers by just speaking out loud. So I gotta not do that as well. Um, oh no, did this really just die? It's crazy. Hold on, I gotta like charge this. I was uploading some videos. That's funny. Oh well. Anywho, there's a need to really do that though. Like, what else is going on? Yeah, so there are some thoughts that are coming up that are betraying your heart already with this leap of faith. Not doing things that you say you should do, getting this good hyper, like, oh, I should do this. I would love to do this right now. If I did this right now, I wouldn't have to worry about anything else, and you're not doing it because XYZ happens. You know what I mean? It's like, it's that energy that you really need to tap into and see and wait and look at the physical reality. Look at what the world's showing you, because the divine's trying to show you these areas that's imbalanced within you. And so let's look at it like this. Your finances are decreasing. That means your self-worth has decreased. What does your self-worth relate to? Was your self-worth relating to something on the physical, or was it relating to something towards yourself? Were you doing something that was giving you the emotion of self-gratification to then turn into self-worth that you stopped doing? Or is there something inside of you that's refusing to accept that self-worth energy? um or if it's like, you feel alone and you feel like no one like likes you or wants to talk to you, why in a sense are you still rejecting yourself? What inside of you are you not seeing to that highest potential? What in you, in yourself, are you not saying, yeah, I should do this, I can do that, I can do that, you know? Like these energies of that nature that need to be stirred up, these energies that the chakras work off of, because they're yours. And it's the art of projection that fucks this thought process up, um because it's hard to talk about. When you talk about things of this nature, it's a balance, because yes, people will project onto you and you will pick up on that, but you need to understand why you're resonating with that as well, you know? It's a whole mechanism, and part of the healing journey is really is self-acceptance. And I always want to point this out, because newcomers, you know, even those that have been here for a while, it's good to keep this mindset going so that you're never stuck in this energy of not knowing what to do next, in the sense of feeling like everything's against you, but just not knowing what step to take next because of the acclamation of the chaos that's going around. You know what I mean? Like, there needs to be a rewiring of understanding the divine's never against you, the divine never hurts you, the divine never sends anyone towards you for ill intent. Why are you taking it in those ways? If that person comes towards you, it's not for ill intent. If they choose to come towards you with ill intent, that is on them. That is their actions that is being reflected, from you onto them, and then your reaction is, them reflected, being the reflection of you, and that vice versa there. And understanding that, and, not, you don't have to do it at immediate. That's the thing. That's another thing. You don't have to think like that immediately. That's the process that you get to. What you do is you just you react. You allow yourself to do what you feel naturally to do, if you're unable to restrain yourself from certain things, just allow yourself to go naturally, release the emotions, allow yourself to just forgive, release love after. Do not just let it end there. You don't have to tell the person. Make sure on your end that you do your part. You don't do your part to show other people or to show someone else that you're a good person, so you can be like, I told you that I'm not a bad person, because if I was a bad person, I wouldn't be back here doing that. That's not about that. It's about you. It's about after that argument, when it's just you alone, when it's just you, why do you still feel mad? What's up with it? What's inside of you that's still irritated? It's not that other person because you're away from them. It's something in you. And it's not trying to make you mad, but it's trying to get your attention. And the only way it knows how to get your attention is by focusing that energy. And there's already so much energy there in that one spot that you're not even getting a clear message from the divine. The energy there is all distorted in the first place. You need to figure out why it's distorted. You need to figure out why these things are there. Bring yourself back into this solidified state of just being able to sit and observe before you go back out into being fluid. It's the mastery of being able to do that. It's these steps that it takes, and it's very possible for everyone. And it's one of those things that, again, like, you just have to grace yourself with it. You can't be hard with yourself on these things because no one teaches you these things. This is a lost art. Healing is a lost art. Some people go to therapy and they don't get much help. They get like some help. It's a lost art for healing. It's something that's not textbook. It's soul based. It's something that we all need. All you have to do is reflect what you need on others. And that's it. You don't need hate or abuse. You need love. No one needs hate. No one needs abuse. That hate and abuse is on that person due to a judgment, due to a label that you have put on them, or that, by people would do what they gotta do. Don't be the one to exist. Mind your own. Keep your energy to yourself if you can't. But there's a need to allow your feelings to really guide and move your thoughts at this time. So paying attention to your feelings and allowing your feelings to guide this breakdown process, instead of your thoughts ramping up your feelings and ramping up this energy. Use the feeling to generate the thoughts. Why do I feel this way? Why did, like, and get creative with it. I'm telling you, when you feel an emotion, get creative with it, especially if it starts making you mad. Just be like, what color does this feel like? What color does this feel like? What does this taste like? What food does this remind me of? And not in a sense to, like, paint that object or that thing as bad, but to try and get you closer to the answer by straying you further away from the thing that you've attached a problem to. Because if this thing reminds you of the color green, and you don't like broccoli, and it just, that color green gets you that weird energy of broccoli, the same reason you don't like broccoli, it's the same reason you don't like that person or that person's energy. Simply that. It really is that simple. But we tend to let our ego identify and label and put so many fucking things on top of things and direct and decorate it. We're so materialistic with our feelings that we aren't connected to them. We aren't able to really see what we need to do. Um, and the divine, like, is kind of giving you this as a cheat sheet, you know? It's like the work that you've been doing on yourself, the studies you've been trying to do, the prayers and everything you've been doing has been going fine, but there's some sort of like this stuck energy that you have. You know that there's a way to get rid of it. You've been asking for a way. It's like the divine's just kind of giving you this cheat sheet in a way to, like, yeah, here's your answer for what you need. I mean, justice on the bottom. But now it's up to you to take that information back to your feelings, um, and be like, so what's going on? So, like, why? So what? Why, how do you feel about this? How does this relate with? How does this relate to us? How does this relate to me? You know what I mean? Take that back to yourself, especially with the Six of Cups being there. How does this information relate to you? How, can you feel the test coming up? And if you can't, past energy, how does this relate? How can you apply these lessons or anything of this matter? It's one of these beautiful things, um that you need to remember. And it's hermit, it's all about drawing these things up. This information that I speak of, you have within you. It's a matter of drawing it up. The thing is, no one can tell you how to draw this information up, because it's you need to come back to yourself to save yourself, because at the end of the day, that's really how it's done. um but looking at your emotions and seeing how they're interacting with the creations around you. The creations being anything that's manifesting. You could see something on the ground and be like, oh, I don't like that being there. Why don't you like that being there? If it was truly an issue, it would be gone by now. Why do you declare it an issue? It's not, again, not to be judgmental or mean, but it's the fool, the magician. It's to bring that childlike joy back, to bring that energy of questioning. There's nothing wrong with questioning, and people, we've been told that it's wrong to question, but that's how we nurture ourselves. With the Empress to the Chariot, that's to justice. I'm telling you, that's literally how you move in life. You don't get answers unless you ask questions. You need to be a seeker of some degree to get some sort of answer. And there's a need to just get silly with it again, asking what we declare as stupid questions, which there aren't such thing as, and in a matter to really spark up curiosity, um, is going to really help you. And don't allow it to like drive you nuts, and don't do it more than like a few times a day if you can't handle it. Do it at your own pace always, and don't overwork yourself. But it's time to really bring this excitement back into your life, and it's really by getting to the ends of whatever you want to get to the ends to. This is the test that a lot of people have been wanting. um the retrogrades are ending. There's just something that needs to be seen. There's a lack of joy. There's a lack of vibrance, a lack of almost color. It's kind of grown dull, like a repeating cycle. It's been going on for too long. So allow yourself to just make this next test. Do it with, like, answer each question in a different colored pen. You know what I mean? Like, really, really get creative. And I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but just get creative with it. It's up, don't get so mechanical with it. Don't get so logical with it. Depend on the divine. On the tests, the test is on you to trust the divine. So it's not just to see if you can handle things, it's also if you can trust the divine. So when you're tested, take the opportunity to also test the divine. And that doesn't mean ask for something that you're not going to get, but test the divine to see if they really going to show you the signs that you need to see. You know what I mean? Like, it's this back and forth game. It's an equal exchange. But there's some sort of, like, irritation or agitation that might be stuck to the word test. It might agitate you or make you, like, tired or just, like, over it, you know? So working through that and seeing why that is, and trying to remove that type of pattern away from the word as well would really help you. Um, because there's a lot of, it's not, I mean, again, it's not bad, but it's a lot of new sparking energy that you're very aware of. But since you're so aware of it, there's a need to watch out for your thoughts, because when you take this leap, um, you have the control to almost steer it off of, steer it out of the lane that it's supposed to be in if you're not as observant. Um, so like, and again, and it could be like, this could be connect, because I feel this connection with the reading I did, talking about the inner child. Oh my God, was it yesterday or the day before that? I forgot what it was about. A spirit, it got on me and it flew away. But it's about this inner child. It's like an inner child test. I really feel like it is. Yeah, sad scroll reverse. To kind of get out of this like internally grumpy energy, or like, you know what I mean? This energy of being stuck, of not knowing how to maneuver forward. Yeah, because there's something that can't. There's something on the physical that you know is supposed to come, and this has been in the energy for a while. There's something that you know is missing. This puzzle piece that you know is missing on the physical, or a materialistic plane, and it hasn't come in yet, and it's because there's this test that's going on. um, you don't need to throw anything away. You don't need to go off course. With this test. This test is simply just a test of you and to see if you have what it takes to live up to what you say you are. So, have fun with it. If you are who you say you are, don't be so stressful. Be fun. Define yourself differently with this. Yeah, but this is your go sign, the Hermit reverse. There's there's it's time to really draw this energy up inside of you because it's there. You just haven't nurtured it enough to allow it to come onto 3D. Um, and it's because you haven't chosen that path. Um, so it's only fair that this disconnect is there. It's like you see this path and it's there, but you keep avoiding it, or you're just don't feel ready for it yet. You know what I mean? So it's like it's fair that it hasn't happened yet because you aren't matching the vibration that is required for it. I'm telling you, you need to be engaged in the vibration for this to work. So the divine's just letting you know it's there when you're ready. Don't 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 stress yourself out, but you must raise your vibration to what you're wanting. You must raise your vibration to what you're wanting. You must not only say it, but live it and be it. You must. You must. With the Empress reverse, again, it's all about nurturing yourself. It's all about nurturing yourself. And it's like this can even be stress, with just like I'm picking up school as well, something about like school tests or just like school in general, being stressed out about that, like college or going back to some sort of education, or you're not sure how you're gonna fit your jobs and education in with like your internal taking care of yourself. Um, but you just need to make a decision, really, because you have the option. You've already thought of the way, but you're driving yourself almost insane by it because it's like, yeah, everything's fine and I have my options to leave and I know what to do if anything comes up and goes the wrong way. And then all of a sudden you go, yeah, but what if this happens? And you've already debunked it. You're just rewording the question. Your brain is just like, it's running on this autopilot of like, what do I do here, what do I do there? You're trying to make it perfect. When in order for anything to truly work, chaos needs to be present. So allowing the divine to push this in your life, but keeping it loose ended, letting go. You know what I mean? The world, the Four of Cups, and the Four of Swords, all in reverse, because and it is this not wanting to let go. This no, I don't want to go a different path. I want to stay here. I want to do this. I don't feel like doing these other things is keeping you in that energy, because there's an expansion when you come to these higher levels of growing. And even with the Ace of Swords, it's like this though too. It's like all this information we've been telling you, like these higher levels, you need more expansion. You need to remove these barriers. You put barriers on when you learn, so that when you get this experience, you take them off. It's like, yeah, you see the point that you're getting to. It's like, this is how the divine does it. It's fun. It's really cool. They'll bring you to the very top. They'll bring you to the apex point, and they'll show you this is exactly where you're going to be when we're done with you. And then you slowly decrease from that top energy back down to where you were before they took you up on that spike. Once they do that, they're like, the test begins. Let's go. Let's get back up there. You know how to do it. You just got to do it again, you know? It's the same thing as when you did it last time. The only thing that's different is the amount of energy that's going in. The higher the vibration, the harder it may be to acclimate, because the more things you're going to have to leave behind. There's going to be, you know, you can't have all this heavy, low energy in you rumbling around when you have this high vibration that's trying to rise you up, you know? So there's more things you're going to need to shed. And it doesn't mean removing people out of your life. Simply, if you can do it, you can just remove those pessimistic, those low vibrational attachments that you have put on that person, you know? You can do that first. And if that doesn't work, then you might want to get rid of them, because then it's them and not you. But make sure you're in check first, always, because you can't control someone else. But if you're making sure that you're good first, stay ready so you don't gotta get ready. You know what I mean? If you're in check and you're good, and if people come to you and they make you feel weird and you're in check with yourself, you automatically are like, okay, so why do I feel this way about that person? And you're not pointing your finger, oh, why does your energy feel that way? No, why does your energy feel that way towards me? Because ain't no one else making an issue with it. Why is it an issue to me? What is it reflecting to me? Well, I don't see nothing in me yet. So let me see how they're act. Let me see how they're gonna act. Let me investigate. You know what I mean? Observe people. Observe things. Why does it make you feel this way? Why do I gotta feel this way towards this thing? Why does the idea of this thing make me react? Why do I feel anger towards this? You know, why do I not like hearing this? Why do I like hearing this? You know, what in it is beneficial to me, whether I see it in this moment or not. It's like, it's beautiful. In the star reverse, it's all about this you. It's about you. It's what you're not seeing about you, though. It's the unhealed part of you. It's your shadow. It's the part that everyone says they work on, and they do, but there's always deeper depths to the dark. And you gotta, sometimes those really bad reflections that you see out in the world of yourself, you don't resonate with them at all, those are still part of you in some sort of degree. Whether, you know, and it's not talking about physical, it's talking about spiritual, because you wouldn't be aware of those things in this moment if they didn't relate to you in that moment. You know, that's how the divine talks to you. It's in that way. It's very intriguing. It's very personal. It's very, very personal for that reason, because it's, again, it's for you. It's the Two of Swords and the Ace of Wands reverse. And it's, again, it's these thoughts that are blocking your true power. It's these certain barriers that are blocking your true potential. You may be viewing certain people around you as low vibrational, and you have in your brain, in your mind, that being around low vibrational keeps you from obtaining your goals. But these are also people that, they're not bad people. They just aren't tapped in. And, you know, so they're becoming more aware. So, you know, maybe you're helping some people out that aren't aware, you know what I mean? But you're going back, seeing people, and you're not wanting your energy to be, like, lowered because their energy is easily attachable to. We'll say that, you know what I mean? Why do you feel like you're gonna be in some sort of issue? If you are as protected as you believe to be, you wouldn't be afraid to do that, you know? The Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. There's a need to transmute the way that you feel, so that you're seeing a difference on the material plane, though. Seriously, because if you know that you're heavily protected, the Knight of Cups on the bottom of that as well, even to say that's the genie in the genie in the bottle reversed, like not good wishes, like really bad wishes being fulfilled, you know. But again, like, it's about you. And if you don't, and here's the thing, like here's the kicker. Here's the thing. If you can't accept that the world is just a reflection of you, then you're not accepting yourself at all. You have, like, even if you don't understand why you're doing certain things and it just makes you feel good and like it's just what you do, it's just what you do. It's fine. You know, the general consensus of reality and how people will perceive is just how it's gonna be. But doing what you know um to be true for you, doing what the divine puts on your heart, um and puts on you, doing cloaking yourself in the divine energy, there's nothing wrong with walking in that, with sticking in it. Where's the other deck? Hold on, I'm losing the train of thought. And there's so much. I'll just use this one again. This one's kind of calling to me. But there's, just being aware of these things is very important. There's just a lot of the energy tonight is different. I'm gonna be honest with you. This new moon is like let's go. There again. There's this energy of maybe like pausing more when you're in this fear energy. Why are you scared? Why why does your physical reality scare you? Or what about your physical reality causes you anxiety or stress or stagnation? Why do you feel these energies? What aren't you observing uh to see as a solution to these issues? It's it's Yeah, so the four of swords, yeah, the four of swords, two of pentacles is like it's you need to almost like be in the middle again. You need to play monkey in the middle with the emotions again. You're kind of in the middle of your heart and your brain running back and forth. And you need to get the ball. You need to just get the ball and balance it and hold it in the middle and just be like, stop. I need to see what the fuck are you two throwing around so I can like actually see what's going on. Cause like your heart and your brain are having a fun time throwing this stuff around, but it's causing like all this extra energy is like you're not knowing what to do with it, but something's shifting. It's just all this energetic shifting that's happening inside of you to be able to have a more beneficial reality. Like this transformation, this metamorphosis of yourself, of your DNA is happening. It's just causing all these random emotions, and it's like you sit down and really be like, what the fuck's going on? What in me is upgrading? What's going on mentally? What's going on emotionally? What's going on spiritually? What's going on physically? It's like what's really going on? Like look around, like get really observant. Because with the tower, you're allowing your thoughts to kind of like assume things and to define things, which makes you see things from an objectified viewpoint, making you feel left out of things that you're not left out of. Um, as well as just like seeing things from like a pessimistic viewpoint, but also like, yeah, but it's fine because I'll be good. It's given like Eeyore energy. You know what I mean? Like Eeyore is like giving off that like sad energy, but like got happy whenever he would like group up with his friends. It's like giving that energy. It's like you have this in you, but only around certain other energies, and there's a need to tap into it so that you're able to be in that high vibrational energy at all time, like like that, really on command, because that's how it should be. If you don't want to feel sad or angry, you shouldn't have to feel it, and it shouldn't be a fighting struggle back and forth. It should be, no, I'm not going to feel mad. You're not going to make me mad. You're not going to make me angry. I'm going to be happy. I don't care what you're going to do. I'm going to be this way and you can be that way, and that's what you're trying to get back to do. The Nine of Cups, the Six of Swords, both in reverse. But again, it's this deeper dive into the self, and don't let perfectionism grab a hold of this. Mistakes are the perfect teacher for this. Make a mistake, fuck it, use yourself as an example. Do things. Page of Wands reverse, Ace of Swords reverse. Don't see things from a contorted point of view where you're seeing things as oh, I shouldn't have done that. No, see it from this is what I did, and I understand why I did these things, and explain to yourself out loud why you did those things, not why you think you did those things, but really, really deep dive on them and write it out or say it out loud, really stick it to yourself, really get it, and then be like, you know what, I could have done this instead, and I thought about doing this before, but I either didn't hear the thought because the thought was a feeling, or I chose not to do it. And you have to get that honest with yourself. And even if you do it a tiny bit, you still did it. So admit to yourself that you did. And by the laws of duality, yes, you did. The laws of duality is how percentages are made, especially on the 3D realm where we have volume, which is the scale, the spectrum. If you do something 10%, you did it that 10%. You can't say you didn't do something if you put some effort into it. Without that effort that you put into it, it wouldn't have did what it did. It needed you. You put energy into it. So making sure you understand that as well. Like, don't see where you put your energy. See how much of it you fed into, and be fine with it. Be okay with it. With the star, be childlike with it. I couldn't help myself. Really just be honest with yourself. Like, you know what? In that moment, I really felt like they deserved it. I gotta be real with myself. How am I gonna heal if I don't acknowledge the wound? Oh, your arm's broke. No, it's not. It's not broke, and it's like the bones sticking out and everything. No, it's not broke. I don't believe in broke bones. Shut up. Get real with yourself, okay? You feel these emotions, stop defining them as good and bad. They exist. You feel this way, feel it, and then examine it. It's what we're here to do. Don't put a hard limit of, oh, I shouldn't do these things. The mindset of wanting to just not react to those things so quickly and embody this higher understanding, like in just at situations, and just being able to react to them like at an instant like that without any sort of explosion happening, and just being an actual like arbiter to a situation in those types of energies. You know what I mean? Like just being the true like shaman, the true healer, the true yogi of any sort of like difficult situation takes time, and it's something that you have to learn how to work with yourself, not with other people. It's with yourself. Yes, other people help because it helps you understand how soft you be on yourself compared to other people. You know what I mean? Or how situations uh towards yourself and others determine how you gauge what you do for yourself as well. Like, it's a very good teaching mechanic and mechanism, but you need to be aware of what it's trying to teach you. If someone comes at you very harsh, you're probably being very hard on yourself. If someone, like, comes at you and mocks you, there's part of you that doesn't fully believe in something that you believe in, and it's because of a lack of understanding. It's so important, and it's like these mindsets, and it's like, listen, dude, I'm telling you, no one tells you this shit. If a therapist would tell their clients this shit, when they get to a point to where they could understand it, when they get to a point where they can understand where these issues start at them, they don't just get told that the issue starts with them, but they're gradually explained, like, okay, so let's see what's on them. If they want to focus on the externals, focus on the external, so then we heal from the external, we come to the internal. That's how wounds heal. Wounds heal from the internal, of course, always first, and all the issues start internally. The wound has to happen from the external. It's not a wound. There's internal wounds, but they have to happen by something coming inside, from the outside to the end. Um, but all these things. Anyway, the King of Cups, the King of Wands. It's this it's really just it's this mirroring energy where the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands was there, and now the Page of Cups, I mean the King of Cups and the King of Wands is here. It's this maturity, it's this mastery of of this thinking that's going to take you to that mindset, to that next level that you're needing. Because you have the keys. It's just you need a test drive now. It's this test driving that's you're afraid to do because you don't make a mistake. You don't want to feel like you're doing something bad or wrong. That's what they want you to think. That's what the world wants you to think. That's what your ego wants you to think. That's what the past wants you to think. That's what you don't want. It's everything that you don't want. You know what I mean? And that's how the Five of Wands works. It's Saturn fighting against you, Saturn and Leo. All this work, all this fire, all this motivation that you put into yourself, that you you know, are like, yeah, let's do these things, let's do this. Are you going to do it when reality, when people around you start looking at you and going, no, don't do that? Oh, I don't like you when you do this, or I liked the old version of you more. Well, that old version still exists. You know, especially if you're online doing these things. Let me tell you this right now, as any type of content creator, I don't care if you're doing mukbangs or spiritual content or whatever you're doing. I need you to listen up, okay? If someone says that they like and they miss the old version of you, that old version of you that they miss is still available in older videos. They can go back and go to them if they really miss you that much. The old version of you, they can go back to those old versions of you and get that same energy, same way, same exact way, you know? And they will be distasted at it when they do, because they were met with this new vibration of you, and now that they see that new vibration of you, they see the flaws, quote unquote flaws, you know, well, not flaws in a bad way, but you know, kinks and stuff that you were working out during those times that you finally did, and they start seeing you in the same light that, you know, that they seen you in your, you know, your present self in. It's like, it's this mirror effect that happens. But these people, like, they can go back and watch and see that old version of you if they need it, you know? It will always be there. It's not gone. It's just you aren't satisfying their egoic need anymore of, yes, I go to you because you tell me what I like to hear. And if you stop doing that and you switch and you follow your own path and you start talking about something different, and then it's like, oh, well, you're not doing what I like anymore, or you're not, like, if it is a mukbang, I don't know why mukbang's popping up. Spirit's just talking silly shit right now. Maybe it is, I don't know. But it's like, oh, you're eating seafood. I don't like when you eat seafood. Like, get fucked. Go watch the videos when I was eating seafood. You know what I mean? It's like, it's always there. You are not a light slave anymore. Especially to the light workers out there. Pay attention. You're not a light slave anymore. Stop slaving away. Stop catering to others' needs for your own. You're not a light slave. We're light workers. We work for the divine. We are not slaves of the flesh, okay? When people come to you and you're doing what the divine tells you what to do, and they don't like it, that is okay, because the divine will appoint someone else in their life to give them what you were giving them so that they can continue down that path. You are worried about the wrong thing if you're worried about numbers or how people are taking you. Criticism is necessary, of course, but when it comes down to what you know the divine tells you what you need to do, and someone says they don't like what you're doing or don't like the change, take it up with God, take it up with the divine, take it up with whoever. Not me, not you. You know what I mean? Because it's not up to you. I mean, it is, and you're choosing your free will to listen to the divine, which, bless you, like, thank you, like, not many people choose to do that because of these physical backlashes that come with it. But when you're on that path, it's bound to happen. Allow the old fruit to fall, for the rotten fruit will not do any good. In, you know, like, you need to bear this fresh fruit. You need to make room. Anytime you see a big gap, especially if you're in manifestation mode, a big gap in something is showing you that a manifestation that you've been wanting is coming in. Like, there's something big building up, and you need to lose. You need to remove. It's like, you know what I mean? In order to gain muscles, you must lose energy to do so. In order to like gain weight, you must lose that food, that energy, to gain. Like it's that transaction you have to get with it. With the Six of Cups, again, it's right there, literally. That's so funny. You have to give to receive, and this is this energy of really tapping into it. It's understanding that you're not there to heal everyone. Even if you are doing multiple things on your channel, or multiple ways of healing, or multiple things, right? If someone doesn't like the switch up that you did, there is going to be someone that doesn't do it the same way you did, but does it a similar way that will be satisfying to that person. What you are doing is you are cultivating this higher vibrational energy. And when we get into it, we need to remember that when we reach this higher vibrational energy, some people can't stay with it. It's the eagle and the crow. It is not to say, and now let me rephrase this. Do not I'm not saying that these people that are not matching our vibration are bad because of the story of the eagle and the crow. I'm just saying your vibration gets so high that they literally cannot grasp. They don't understand it. And it's the same thing as when you started your journey, and it's the same thing as you looking at people that aren't spiritual that happens. It's this egoic mannerism that is a cycle that we get caught up in. It's like, oh, all these people are being mean. Looks like they're stupid. No, they just don't get it. Just the same way as you don't get it. And they're trying to show you how stupid you feel because you are allowing external viewpoints to validate your own existence. Whenever you know that the divine is telling you to do something, why are you validating something spiritual by something physical? That doesn't. And it's some. Now listen, it does have some evaluation to it, but it's not the biggest picture. Your spirituality has less to do with your physical and more to do with who you are and how comfortable you are with being who you are, how connected you are with yourself. You know, how how honest you can truly be, how connected to your spirit you are, not like how many people agree with you, or how many people you can congregate, or like how many people you can inspire. Those are side effects for sure, yeah, of course, but the main thing is always you. So don't betray your own self for someone else to any degree, despite what it is. There's always going to be someone that can fill in your place. It's not a replacement. It's not a replacement. You cannot be replaced. Your energy is unique, 1 to 1. No one can carbon copy that shit. You are unique. There is always going to be a bit of you that is going to be missing in someone. You know, always. It doesn't matter. Someone can get someone that's really close to you. Like, oh wow, you're so like, you remind me of so and so. Yeah, but do you miss? They lack these qualities. It's these things that we need to really pay attention to. Qualities, these differences that don't seem big at first, or are really noticeable, or they even might scare us and see them for how they are. Um, in this energy of not really like, needing to feel a void anymore, but to keep the memories there, keeping keep the divine sent you there to do pure, and not attaching anything bad to it, um and allowing that to go, and allowing that to happen is so transformative, because it really shows you how much life you have actually been living despite what you think. Because let's say, like, I mean, take your life for example. Remove your attachment to any sort of negative things, and just define things as existence. Like, oh well, we did this and we did that, and I got to go experience this and I experienced that. Not allowing your ego to pop in and be like, yeah, but they hurt your feelings, and yeah, but they hit you a few times. Don't do that. Focus on what the energy of you two did together. How did you two cooperate? Focus on the existence. not the others. Oh no. Excuse the videos uploading during the live. That's funny. We have the High Priestess and the Hangman reverse though. I feel like that's a sign for Spirit told me to get off because I'm giving a lot of information that I feel like the Divine wants people to find out on their own, but at the same time, I'm just a fucking I get me and the divine. Like the divine has to like smack me on the back of the head a few times. If you can't tell, I will tell all the little like secrets on accident if I'm not careful. I gotta get better with that. So I'm gonna take that as a sign that I've spoken a little bit too much, but I've got the general message out, which is good. But the High Priestess and the Hangman reverse, you know what to do. You're enlightened, yeah. And the Page of Cups, there's just a need to understand how to talk to you, how you work, how you operate. Um, but yeah, that is the reading. Um, I love you all. Thank you all for being here. So much. If you're wanting high quality bracelets, you can hit the link in the description for Otter Spirit and also use the code in the description for 20% off. If you're wanting a reading or any other services that I offer, hit my email or use the Google sheet, the order form. I mean, in the description as well, and we can get that set away. Um, Regardless, thank you for being here. Thank you all so much for your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, energetic or financial. It means the world to me. I love you all so much. To the moon and back, tenfold and forever. And I will see you later.